Okay. Okay, so I'm here at one of the homes of an extreme brain doctor named Freddie Donut, where he studies this stuff for a living of the brain and neurons. And today he will be answering our questions. So, let's go. So Freddie, can you tell me the three main parts of the brain and what they do?
Okay, so there are three main parts of the brain. There's the brain stem, the cerebrum, and the cerebellum. Okay, let's do that over. Go, you can't move it.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so there are three main parts of the brain. The brain stem, the cerebrum, and the cerebellum.
Can you tell what they all done?
Well, the brain stem joins the brain to your spinal cords, and it passes messages between the brain and your body.
Interesting. What about the cerebellum and cerebrum?
Well, the cerebrum is the biggest brain part, Hailey. It has a wrinkled surface like a walnut, and it's split into two halves you can call cerebral hemispheres. Hold on, let me do that over. Be still. Well, the cerebrum is the biggest brain part. It has a wrinkled surface like a walnut, and it's split into two halves, or you can call cerebral.
I gotta stop looking at you when you say the last thing.
Okay. Well, the cerebrum is the biggest brain part. It has a wrinkled surface like a walnut, and it's split into two.
Oh my God.
It has a wrinkled surface like a walnut, and it's split into two halves, and you can call cerebral hemisphere.
Stop looking at me with the end! You just turn at me and
Okay, shh, be still. It has a wrinkled surface like a walnut, and is split into two halves, or you can call cerebral hemispheres.
Wow, that is fascinating.
Yes, it is, but that is not all. We still have one main part of the brain, and it's the cerebellum. The cerebellum is the second biggest. And it's the cerebellum. The cerebellum is the second biggest brain part and has its own cortex. It helps keep your balance and controls your movements.
That is so interesting, Freddie. But before we end, can you tell us what neurons are?
Well, I sure can. There are all different kinds of neurons. Connector neurons, motor neurons, and sensory neurons. But here is a definition of a neuron, just to shorten it out. A nervous stem is made up of nerves or neurons that are all around your body, constantly sending signals all over.
Wait, I messed up. It's a nervous system.
Where?
Right here? How do you spell system?
Oh, S-Y-S.
S-Y-S-T-Y-S-T-E-M.
Y-S-T-E-M.
Okay.
Take
5,000.
Sit back. Well, there are all different kinds of neurons. Connector neurons, motor neurons, and sensory neurons. But here is the definition of a neuron, just to shorten it. A nervous system is made up with nerves or neurons to reach all around your body, constantly sending signals all over.
So that's what they are. Well, thank you, Freddie, for all your information. That would be all.
Well, I am so glad I shared, Hailey.